Hello all, my name is Krish Naik and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, in this specific video, I am going to show you how we can develop easy end-to-end generative AI applications with the help of Deepseek R1 model. Okay. And this, obviously, I will be integrating the model. I will probably use Ollama in my local itself. I'll download the entire model. I'll run it in my application. And obviously, I'm not going to send the data to China. Okay. So let's go ahead and see this step by step. This entire tutorial we'll try to see and we'll also implement it together. So quickly, let me quickly share my screen. So I hope everybody has explored chat.deepseek.com. Till now, the server was quite busy because of some days you're not able to probably use this particular platform. But I have been using this, and I've completely not completely partially replaced Chat GPT with DeepSeek because the kind of answers that I get is quite amazing. Okay, so how we are going to implement this particular project? It's just like we are going to create this generative AI app of chatting with memory. Okay, so we'll also be using some memory format, like it will be able to remember the history, chat history, and then we'll try to implement it. Here we are going to use Langchain. Okay, Langchain will be the framework that we are going to specifically use. Okay, so first of all, now obviously I'm not going to use the API. See, in DeepSeek you also get an API access, and based on some million tokens it charges you hardly 60 cents. Okay, but whatever chat that I will be doing using that API, that data will be going to that server. Okay, so I'm not going to use that. So for that I'll be using Ollama. So Ollama is just like I have already installed Ollama. I'll download that particular model in my local and I'll try to use it. So I will write Ollama DeepSeek, okay, and R1. Okay, so if I just search for this, so in Ollama DeepSeek, I will be getting this. Now here you have different models like 1.5 billion parameters, 7 billion, 8 billion, 14 billion, 32 billion, 70 billion, 651 billion. Don't go with so many billion parameters. Go with the simple 1.5 billions. Okay, so here if you want to download this DeepSeek R1 of 1 billion parameters, you can just go ahead and use this particular command. Okay, so I will copy this particular command, and please make sure that you have installed Ollama. And if you don't know how to install Ollama, go and check my videos. I've already probably created a lot of videos related to generative AI. So now here what I will do, I will just open my command prompt. So this is my command prompt. Now, if you're doing it for the first time, what happens is that if I paste this command, then it is just going to pull that entire model from there. Okay. So right now, you'll be able to see that we are pulling this entire thing. 651, I think I have 1.5. Let me see my code, which specific model I can actually use for this. Okay, fine. I have also installed. I'll just cancel this because it is just going to take a lot of time. So I'll just open my command prompt again, and this time in my local I have already installed this 3 billion parameters. Okay, so I have this particular model. Let me just show you. Okay. So here I have used this model, DeepSeek R1 Distill Quen 1.5 billion. So I'm just going to use this, quickly open my command prompt. Okay. Because that model will again take time and I don't want to make this video long. So I will just go ahead and copy and paste this. Ollama run DeepSeek R 1.5 billion. Okay. See, you can use any of this 671 billion. So this particular this model is quite huge, 671 billion. I'm not just going to pull it out. Okay. So you can use 1.5 billion, which is the smallest one. And here I'll just go ahead and press enter. Okay. So once we press enter, if you're doing it for the first time, this probably this model will take some amount of time. Let me quickly copy and paste it over here. Just a second. Okay, and press enter. So this will probably take some amount of time if you're doing it for the first time, but I have already downloaded this model in my local. So that is the reason it is asking me send a message. So if I just press hi, you'll be able to see that it is not thinking anything and is just providing you the answer. How can I assist you today? If I write, hey, what is agentic AI, then it will start thinking, and probably it will give you all the information over here, and all the information is basically getting displayed. So it is super fast, and obviously to run this huge model in your local, you need to have a powerful desktop. The current desktop that I have is 64 GB RAM. I have a good GPU, NVIDIA Titan RTX. So because of that, I'm able to get the response fast. But based on your system configuration, you may get some delay with respect to the expectation that you're looking at. So now in my local, I have probably installed it. I've installed this distilled model, Deepseek R1 distilled Quen, 1.5 billion parameters. You can also use this 7 billion, 8 billion, whatever things you basically want, right? So now my turn is basically to integrate this Ollama model with my coding platform, right? Like VS Code. How do I probably go ahead and integrate it? Now, quickly, let me just open my VS Code. The best part about this is that I have already created a virtual environment, and there is also a requirement.txt like Langchain Core, Langchain Community, Langchain Ollama. So I am going to specifically use this. Okay, so if you see over here, I'm going to probably use all these particular libraries. I've installed it, and then I will just go ahead and write my code over here. Right now, my plan is basically to use all the specific models and integrate with Langchain. Okay, so for this, I will first of all import Streamlit. Okay, Streamlit as st, and anyhow I will be giving you the code in the GitHub so that you can go ahead and try it out. Then from Langchain underscore core, sorry, underscore Ollama, I'm just going to go ahead and import chat Ollama. Okay, then from Langchain underscore core dot output parser, Langchain underscore core dot output parsers import str output parser. Okay, and then I will be importing some more important things like system message prompt template, human message prompt template, AI message prompt template, and chat prompt template. So if you are already following my sessions, I think you should be knowing what exactly this is, because I'm not going to teach you about this. It's more about exploring, testing out the Deepseek R1 platform from my local, that is Ollama, and probably seeing how things are. Now, additionally, what I will do is that I will quickly add some styling. Okay, over here I'll be adding some styling. I probably got this particular code from the DeepSeek itself, so that is the reason I'm just trying to add it out so that I can just directly go ahead and use the styling process. Okay, so here how my sidebar should look like, text input should look like. I did not probably contact any on the front end developer. I just said, hey DeepSeek, provide me some coloring for this particular project. I will be basically trying to use it. Okay, then I will just go ahead and write st.title. I'll say DeepSeek Code Companion, your AI pair programmer with debugging superpowers. So this is the platform application that I'm trying to build. Okay. Now, along with this, what I will do is that I will just create a sidebar with some powerful features. Like not just one model. So this is my sidebar. See, in this sidebar, I'm using a header configuration. Here I'm using two different models. One is 1.5 billion, one is 3 billion. So either of these two you can probably select. I know I have not installed this, but if I have multiple option of selecting the model, so that is the reason I'm writing in this way. Then we have this st.markdown, Python expert, debugging assistant, code documentation, solution design, and some styling over here. Again, DeepSeek has basically given the code. I just said that, hey, I should have an option to probably select any of these particular models. Okay. Now, starts your main coding, where I will start creating my chat engine. Okay, so now initiate the chat engine. Okay, so here is where I'm going to go ahead and create my LLM engine, and this is just going to use chat Ollama. And inside this chat Ollama, I will just go ahead and write model is equal to whatever selected model that I'm going to select. This selected model is basically going to come from here, Deepseek R1.5, right? This is the model that we have downloaded in the Ollama. So chat Ollama, what it does is that whatever Ollama you have probably installed, whatever LLM models that you have downloaded, you can directly use it from here. Then you should also know that in Ollama, there is a base URL where this entire model will be specifically running, and it is being integrated with the command prompt. So I will just go ahead and use this particular URL, which is the generic URL. I think in anybody's system, if you have installed Ollama, or your LLM models you'll be able to access it from this particular URL. Okay. Then along with this, I will just go ahead and set up some temperature value. So let me quickly go ahead and write some temperature is equal to 0.3. Okay. So this is perfectly done. All this information, this will basically create my LLM engine. Now it's time that we go ahead and provide our system prompt configuration. System prompt configuration basically means how this LLM model should react, right? Or act. So here I've used system message prompt template from template, and here we have given a message. You are an expert AI coding assistant. Provide concise, correct solutions with strategy, print statements for debugging. Always respond in English. Okay. Then along with this, I will also make sure that we'll try to manage the state. Okay. So for managing the state, again, here is a simple code. I will create a session state, that is message underscore log, and we will keep on storing all this information. Okay. Um, and this will basically help us to manage the chat history. Okay. Now quickly, let's go ahead and create this chat container. Okay. So this is my chat container. In in Streamlit, we have something called as a chat container itself. Okay. Then we will display the chat message. Okay. So I'll write with chat container. So for message, we are just seeing this particular session state, and then we are probably using message of role, message of content. Okay. So this information will get on displaying. And whenever we have any conversation, you need to add this role and content inside this particular state variable. Okay. Now, this is something very basic. I'm not teaching you how to code it completely from scratch, but instead copying and pasting so that you don't waste much time. Okay. But it's just this much, right? So here, what I will do, I will just go ahead and write my chat input and processing. Here I'll use chat input, type your coding question here. You can probably write anything over here. Now, with respect to one more function, I'll go ahead and write. I'll go ahead and write the generate definition, generate AI response. And here, okay, response. And here I'm going to probably give my prompt chain. Okay. So what will basically happen is that we'll create our pre-processing or processing pipeline. Now see this is really important. And then we will be using LCL expression. So I will be using this prompt chain along with LLM engine, okay, along with my str output parser, right? So this is what is basically required in the combination, right? Then we will just go ahead and return the processing pipeline dot invoke. Invoke is a function which is just going to call all this chain in an order, okay? And in this invoke, I'll just keep an empty parameter, okay? So till here, everything is basically done. Now, obviously, when I say some chain, something is there, and probably we also need to probably manage this session state message log, right? Everything we probably have to manage, right? So here what we are basically going to do is that we are going to go ahead and probably provide this entire code. So let me just go ahead and select this build prompt chain, wherein we are taking the system prompt, we are updating with respect to user and all whatever information I'm getting, and then we are returning this chat prompt template. Okay. And finally, it's very simple. Let me quickly. Okay, so here, whenever a user chats any messages, we should be able to go ahead and see. Whenever a user query is putting up, right, we need to append this in the form of roles and user with respect to content, and then we are going to build this prompt chain. So this will be building the entire prompt, and then we are going to generate the AI response, and finally, we're going to append the AI response over here, right? So that's it, almost completed. This is the code. And here the main important thing is that how you are probably using this particular model from the chat Ollama, right? Now let's try this and let's try to run this. So quickly, first of all, you need to make sure that you install all the libraries, right? Streamlit run app.py. So now it is just going to run it. Perfect. Let's see whether everything will run. So this is probably from my local itself, right? And here you have built with Ollama, Langchain. So I've selected this Deepseek. So I'll just go ahead and ask the question. Hi, I'm Deepseek. How can I help you code today? Okay. So here you can see thinking. All the answer is coming up. Okay. Provide me a Python code to play tic-tac-toe. So that thinking part will also be getting displayed over here. Okay. See why it is taking so much of time, because it is thinking, right? And we can also display that thinking, but I want to display everything together. So whatever thought process it is putting, it will come inside this particular tab, right? Inside this tab that is think. So here you can see here is a simple Python code to play tic-tac-toe. All this information is over here. Explanation, it was quite fast itself, right? And this particular code, I've already tried it out. I've run this, with the Python code and all. It's working absolutely fine. Okay. And any question that you want, probably just anything that you really want to ask with respect to coding, you can probably check it out. But overall, the speed is quite fabulous. It is really, really good. And here is your entire code with respect to this. I hope you like this particular video. This was it from my side. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you, one all. Take care. Bye bye.